Hello, hello. We got there. Slight tech issue, but we sorted it out, and I believe we are sorted now. Testing, testing. Hello, G.
Hello.
Everyone, let me know how the volume is. I had a little bit of issue setting up, so we'll get some feedback on that. But a big welcome to gtrudat. Am I saying that right, by the way? Because I never quite know. Is there like a certain way that you like it said?
No, that's totally fine. That's how I've envisioned it in my head. But it's always funny when people say it for the first time
Yeah.
and they come up with a different way, like gtrudat, and I'm like, oh,
Good.
I that's not how it is in my head, but I love it. So
Okay.
yeah,
I'll add Hannah into the game. Yeah, I have the same sort of thing with my name, with Jenna Gia or Jenna Gia, however you want to say it. Like, it isn't really something that I intended to be pronounced, I suppose, because it actually stands
great.
for green eggs and ham, GEAH. So,
Yeah.
oops, I stuffed that up. I'm just trying to invite and talk at the same time. Um, so yeah, I kind of feel that like you hear people pronounce it and you're like, oh, okay, that's how somebody else interpreted that in their head.
That's so funny. Are you a big Dr. Seuss person?
Not necessarily. I think my 14-year-old brain thought it was very clever because I invented it for I used it for my first online handle in a Final Fantasy forum, and I didn't like Final Fantasy, so I guess it was a bit of a reference to me not wanting to try Final Fantasy and being a bit like Sam in Green Eggs and Ham. I will not try it. I will not try it, and then he tries it and he likes it. Except I never really got into Final Fantasy, but that was kind of the joke.
So
Um,
that's so deep,
yeah,
so meta for a 14-year-old.
yeah, I was a bit
Oh,
precocious. I thought I was a lot smarter than I was. I was one of those kids, so it's all good. Hello Determinator and hello Bird Girl and Hen as well. So we've got Deb and we've got Hen in the game. I was thinking about doing just a 3-player. I'm a little bit tired, so I hope that doesn't show through. I think I'll perk up a little bit, but I thought I might do a 3-player just to make it not quite as long of a stream. But then I was like, I'm here. Let's do it. Let's go all in. Let's have some fun. So I talked myself into it. Um,
amazing.
so I'll give G a second to pick her hand, and yeah, let's just let's just hang out. It'd be fun. We've got a cute little tray here. We've got the butcher bird, the falcon, and the bustard. There's a couple of predators there. End of rounds, brown powers, food cost to played birds, birds with no eggs, and then sets of eggs. That's a nice one actually for round 4. So interesting to have the birds with no eggs in the 3rd round and then sets of eggs in the 4th round. That'll be
I love it. The game's being drama.
interesting to
Throwing us,
negotiate for sure.
throwing us a curveball.
We've actually had some really banger games. We had a little habit for a while that we were like I was playing like my last game before I went to bed, and you were up quite early in the morning with your baby. Remember? And it was like nightcap for me, but it was like really early for you. And you were like my gal, and we played some
I
really
know what happened to that. My
yeah, we
brain's
played some really good
completely fallen
games.
off.
We should start that up again. It's good. I might go with for my bonus cards. Let's go oologist. Actually, I'm not feeling bird bandit today. I don't know. That might be controversial. See how we do.
Was I supposed to tell you what I picked?
Oh no, you don't have to. You either can
Okay.
or can't. It's up to you. You don't have to at all. I'm gonna go storm petrel and dig. So not particularly controversial with this hand. Maybe I'll keep. I'm not sure on this reedling, bearded reedling, the teal power. For each other bird in this column with an egg on it, lay an egg on this bird.
Mm.
Um, no, I think storm petrel and dig is going to be the way to go. So let's do it without further ado.
But I think if that other teal, if it could go in the forest too, that would be way stronger. But it's kind of a dud.
Yeah,
be
because
just
it can only really
wetland.
go in the wetlands, so it sort of forces your hand on that. Oh, hey Katagas, welcome on in. So yeah, we're gonna have a bit of a chat with G. This is very exciting. This was rescheduled from a good few weeks ago actually, which was totally fine. But yeah, some little birds told me they were keen to attend that stream and get to know you a bit better and have a chat. So yeah, so welcome on in, G. We're very happy to have you here. And you must tell us a little bit about Finn, your gorgeous dog, who we've put as a placeholder image for you on the screen. How old is Finn and what's he like?
So Finn is 5. He's a Shiba Inu. I don't know if that
He's like the
translates
meme.
well.
He's the meme dog.
Yes.
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 Excellent.
It's the Doge meme. Yeah. So I mean, he's great. So his origin. I'll start with that.
Yeah.
His origin was during the pandemic, which I know is kind of cliche.
That's okay.
But we really wanted a pet. Because we were going a little crazy, and I've always been a little bit shy about having a dog because I feel like the golden retriever kind of energy like really just gives endless love and affection to you, but also kind of needs that in return.
Yeah, sure.
I was like, I can't give that. I'm not like at the space where I can give that much like energy, and we live in an apartment,
Sure.
and no foreseeable end to that or gaining a backyard in our future. So I was like, well, ideally we'd get a cat, but I'm allergic. So I Googled what kinds of dogs are most cat-like.
Okay, that's cute.
And that's how we ended up with our little Shiba. And he's small for a Shiba, which is fun. So everybody's totally surprised by him.
Yeah. What sort of size? Trying to think in comparison to another sort of dog. Is he like kind of beagle sized, or is he bigger than that? Or
he's smaller than a beagle.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I would say that most Shibas are kind of beagle sized, but Finn's like a little bit smaller.
Okay. Oh,
like,
cute.
I don't know if you play instruments, but I had sisters that played the violin, and I always think like he's a 3/4 size beagle. He's not a full he's not a full Shiba. He's a 3/4 size.
That's adorable. L.A. Swiftly. Yeah, that does sound like the perfect size of dog. But is he a real yappy dog, or does he have like what sort of pitch to his bark?
I feel really lucky because Shibas are kind of notorious for screaming. They're not really like known to be barkers.
Right.
And he definitely will at the vet, but he's not a huge screamer. He does bark a little bit, but it's not too bad. I think he sounds like a bit of a bigger dog than he is, but when he was a fresh puppy, he and I stayed at my parents' for a few months, and he got raised around my parents' lab husky mix.
Okay.
And so I like to think he like adopted some of her habits.
Sort of learned
maybe
to
you can hear him right now.
Balk rather than yap. Yeah. Oh, I can hear him.
Yeah, so he's not like a little yappy dog, which is fabulous.
That's cute.
Yeah, and he's the right size. I still pick him up.
Cute.
And I was really determined. I was like, there's no way I'm having a dog this fluffy that's not going to want to cuddle with me. So I was really intentional about handling him and, developing that him from day one. So he does like to snuggle.
Oh, that's adorable. Oh, bless him.
The big thing is he's not like a huge people dog.
Okay.
And he's so fluffy. So he lets a lot of people down when we're out on the streets. We'll be walking and people are like, oh, can we touch your dog? Can we say hello?
No, he only wants to cuddle me.
Yeah, I'm like, I always say, like, you can try. He's a little shy. I have a whole little spiel I have to give. But
precious.
We like it.
Yeah, I have my fluffy ginger cat, Apollo, or Beans, we call him Beans. He's very flighty, like fight or flight. He's very much geared to flight. And so he doesn't really trust strangers at all. So yeah, everyone's like, "Oh, I want to pet him," and Bean's like out of there. He just immediately flees.
Yeah,
So
no,
I
that sounds
understand
terrible.
when your pets can be a bit of a disappointment to others. I'm like, pet with your eyes. Um,
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm gonna start using that. Can
yeah.
I say hi to your dog with your eyes?
Yes. Yes, indeed. Um, Swiftly saying, happy to see a dog. Need more dogs on this channel. Yeah, that is kind of true. And actually, I have a theory that wingspan people in general are a little bit more geared to be cat people. That's just been my experience of the server. So I feel free anybody to immediately chip in and say, no, tons of people on the server have dogs. You're just talking to the wrong people. And I'm just like, whoa, okay. But that's been my experience. So let's
I think Swiftly has a dog, yeah?
yeah, he's saying my dog's the same way, no randos, he says. So that's cute. Oh, lorikeet, that's not a bad pull. And cormorant, and let's see what the storm petrel can do for me. Oh yeah, I'll take a rough. Nice.
Oh,
Yeah, that'll work for me very nicely. Excellent. All right, some first plays over here from everybody else. Hen is just drawing. Okay. She picked up the. Did she pick up what was here? The butcher bird. Okay, so maybe needed a wetland bird. And you've played the wagtail. Okay, some teals. We like it. Good stuff.
I love a colorful board.
Yeah, I do too.
I think it's so fun. Like, not that brown powers have value, you know, and I love them, but I think it's so fun with all the different colors to explore the different routes to a win.
Yeah, for sure. No, I do too. I love a teal stack, as I say, to have lots of things to activate at the end of the round. Yellows I'm not quite so hot on, but I do love multiple teals. If I've got one teal, I might as well have five, is kind of my take on it. Okay, so the plan.
Well, it's so satisfying, isn't it? Like, if you, I feel like ending a round and you're like, man, my score is terrible, and then you activate your teals and you're just like,
hell yeah.
Just kidding, I've tricked you all.
Ooh, and I will very much like to take that house finch. Thank you, Storm Petrel.
Oh, very nice. Sorry, rambling through your turn and distracting.
No, you're fine. It's all good. Drawing doesn't take that much attention. It's all good. Yeah, Bird Girl, your dog is adorable. Your dog seems like a mini version of one of my parents' dogs. They're just precious. Those little fluffy things. Ben and I had plans. We well, not necessarily like serious plans because we weren't sure and we just dipped on the side of caution in the decision. But we were really thinking that we might like a dog, and we were very in love with the idea of having a corgi. Because corgis they're just adorable, and we liked the idea of it. But I think it was probably more the idea of a dog that we liked more than maybe the reality. So we made a very adult decision and went, well, actually, I don't think we are dog people. So yeah, we just went ahead and got a second cat. So
you know what? That's really good, and I do feel like more people should have that conversation with themselves.
Yeah, I just feel they just need a lot more kind of immediate attention from you in general. Obviously, I'm generalizing about dogs, and some cats are needier than others, but yeah, I do think that sort of immediacy is kind of there with a dog. And there's obviously extra stuff, like you have to exercise them more, and they just tend to have... I could be wrong because I've never really had a dog that I had to look after by myself. I've always had cats as an adult, so... But yeah, I think it's always good to err on the side of caution when you're taking responsibility for an animal.
Yeah, I mean, it's a living thing, you know, that's going to be with you for a very long time, hopefully. I mean, if I could have a litter box for Finn, oh, that'd be the dream, but... Oh.
What's my plan here? Sparrowhawk I could do. Sparrowhawk. Take food, play rough, lay eggs. Yeah, it seems fine. I don't like the feeder, so let's do that. Oh, your doggy's almost 6. Oh, Odin turns 17 at the end of the month. Not to be morbid, but like if he makes it to the end of the month, I'm sure he will. Like I think he's got a good couple of months still in him. He's palliative, so we're kind of watching him. But yeah, he's going to be 17, and that's crazy to me. It makes me feel so old. I've had him since I was like 20.
Wow.
So yes, that makes me 37, almost 38 for everyone who mathed that. 15 for your dog. Wow, Katagas. And 12 for Swiftleys. Oh, a lot of elder doggos. Yeah, sweet elderly babies. You expressed the thought I was reaching for. Thank you, Hen. Oh, Deb wants a doggo. It's going to be the dog stream, I think.
I love it.
Yeah, everyone should drop pictures of their dogs in the stream, in the thread on the media channel. We should just celebrate dogs. Very good. And I'm sure there's more about you than just your dog. We got a little bit stuck on that because he is just so cute. You said you're into sports. You like to run, and do you play soccer, or are you just into soccer?
You know, I used to play soccer a very, very long time ago, but I don't really play anymore.
Yeah.
I'm mostly a spectator of soccer now.
Okay.
So
fair enough. And basketball, you like to follow the WNBA, you said. I very proudly remembered, I mean, it's a pretty obvious thing to remember, but I was like, there's a Australian player who was really big, and I was like, what's her name? Like, I don't follow any of it, but surely I know this person's name because, you know, she did all the things and she was great and whatnot. And do you know the person I'm talking about? Australian player. I looked it up, and she played for Seattle for a good few years as a power forward. Is that what you call them? I don't know. I'm bad at basketball terms. Lauren Jackson is her name. But before I looked it up, I was like, her last name's Jackson, but I don't know her first name. But I remember her last name is Jackson, and she's like crazy tall, which isn't such a thing to remember about a basketball player. But I was really proud. I was like, I remembered a basketball fact that is relevant to the WNBA.
I love it. She sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'm super.
Oh, it was probably just a thing because she's Australian and she did really well in American basketball. So it's probably just a cultural thing here, I guess.
That's so funny.
Yeah, we love a homegrown athlete who does well in the US. What's going here? Yeah. What's going on in the chat? We're talking about Great Danes. Oh yes, pay the tax. Pay the tax in dog pics. Great Danes think they're lap dogs. Amazing. Deb could ride a Great Dane. Oh, the mental image. I love it. Is it my turn? Am I holding everybody up? Sorry. I need to take.
It is your turn. Yeah.
Sorry.
All good.
Spin this rat and hopefully, yes, get some nectar. Good. Move it quite along.
Oh, you didn't want the goldfinch?
I thought about it, but yeah. My gift to Deb, maybe. Enjoy, Deb.
Yeah, no, I love that. I love that connection to the WNBA. My team just lost. It was really tragic.
Who's your team? Indiana. Who do you support? From Indiana?
So I'm from Indiana originally. Mm-hmm. So I'm an Indiana Fever fan. Mm-hmm. And we were just in the semifinals. And we took it all the way to Game 5. And then lost in overtime, which was really tragic. But they just did so incredibly. Like, some of our top players either were out before the game or got taken out in the middle of the game, and they rallied, and it was really
I'm trying
pretty
to remember
beautiful.
where
But
Indiana is on the map. Is it near Michigan?
yes, it's right below Michigan.
Okay, cool. So my grueling like brain training on the US map a couple of months ago. Hannah remembers. Um, it was one of those maps where you have to like fill it in with the states, and I did really badly the first time. And not to call out a good friend of mine, but someone who lives in the US did quite badly on it too. So I felt pretty good that I wasn't the only one. But then I'm the type of person that, like, if I do badly on something, sometimes I'll be like, yeah, that's not for me, and I'll walk away because I don't like being not immediately good at things. But sometimes, occasionally, I'll get a like, no, I'm going to become really good at this. And I just sat there for a good like solid half an hour to an hour and just did this quiz over and over and over and over again until I became really quite good at the US states.
That's so funny.
So that works. Yeah, Hen
Well,
remembers.
it's really interesting because a lot of people in the States are bad at them. And my mom is from the East Coast. My dad is from Colorado, which is way west. And so growing up, we would trot all over the States. So I grew up with like a pretty good kind of sense of the geographical landscape. But then I went to college and I realized, oh, no one knows where anything is in our own country. How is this possible?
Yeah.
Not the best look, but
I mean,
pretty
I think
relatable.
that's it. I think it really depends on how much you travel, which is pretty obvious, but like also how much, I suppose, outward looking you are. It's like it's not a criticism. Like, I'm not throwing shade at people who kind of are quite more focused on their own communities and their own state and kind of worried about what's going on there, and not necessarily always thinking outside of it and what's going on in, you know, much further than kind of maybe direct neighboring states. So I get it. Totally understand how that works. Yeah, so the Indiana team, sorry, who are they? Let me look that up.
Yeah, so it's the Indiana Fever. And I always, when I share that I'm a fan, I always have to give like a bit of a spiel about how I'm a homegrown Hoosier because we have Caitlin Clark.
Mm-hmm.
And so everyone's like, oh, well, of course you're an Indiana Fever fan, like, because they got Caitlin Clark. And I'm like, no.
Right.
You know, like.
But Caitlin Clark didn't help them win against the Aces. You know. They went down 107 to 98. That's rough.
Well, it was, but again, think of the context. Game 5 against the Aces.
Yeah, okay.
They didn't have Caitlin. They didn't have some of their other strong players. Their guards were depleted. Let's just say that. And they still took them to overtime. So it's all contextual, I think.
Sure. Well, yeah, as I said, I know nothing about basketball, so I'm just nodding along going, yes.
Now the Aces are going to go win,
reasonable.
and I'm happy about that. I think the Aces are really, like, very fun, classy team.
Oh, good. So. Well, that's always good.
I think that's what's honestly great about women's sports. I'm like, I actually just want all of you to succeed. Let's all, you know, let's all uplift women's sports together. Like, I want my team to win, but...
That's so sweet.
Yeah. It is what it is.
That's cute. I'll keep the turtle dove. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, basketball. Basketball and soccer kind of have the same problem for me, is that I'm really good at hand-eye coordination. Like, I can catch, but that's about it, really. Like, I can't do things in combination, so I can't really catch, and I can't really run and bounce the ball, and I can't really like run and like dribble the ball with and kick the ball. So soccer and basketball, just too much coordination involved, unfortunately. So yeah, the Australian sport that I played is netball, and I've said on previous streams about netball, but in netball you get to catch the ball and stop, and you actually can't travel with the ball. So it's like you get to sort of freeze in place and then pass it. So
Wait, is
That
this
worked
the
out well
same
for
thing?
me.
Is that handball? Is that the same thing, or are they different?
I've heard that comparison before, and I actually never looked up what handball is. So let me do that now. Handball is pass the ball using their hands with the aim of throwing it to the goal of the opposing team. Yeah, maybe similar. Let's have a look. The court looks the same, but I suppose the court looks similar to a basketball court anyway. Yeah, it's played mostly in Australia, New Zealand, and the UK. Netball is as a women's sport, but I think it's become a bit more popular as a mixed or not really men's, but more of a mixed sport, particularly casually. Yeah, kind of in casual leagues and things. So
Yeah, we used to play it in physical education class. So I'm wondering, is handball just the name that they used for what is like a
well, okay, let's ask Google.
version of your sport? I don't know.
Is handball similar to netball? Handball and netball are not similar sports.
Oh.
Well, actually, this is Bing I'm asking, not Google, so who knows? Netball versus handball, 11 differences and stats. They sound similar. The balls differ markedly in design and performance. Netball focuses on controlled bounce. Yeah, different rules really, but perhaps a similar kind of overall concept, maybe. I would say. There's a goal
really
in handball. Oh no, netball has a net
Yeah.
like basketball, but it doesn't have a backboard. So a little bit different that way. Oh, it's my turn again. People should tell me off. I guess I will draw one more time. Yeah, why not? Oh, we found a kakapo. That's fun.
Oh, jealous.
Jelly Belly. Now, this is a interesting choice. The Storm Petrel has given me. I've got Godwit, which is always good, but I've also got Baltimore Oriole, the Rhino Auklet, which probably not, but also the Red Jungle Fowl. So that is interesting. I kind of do need an egg source. I could put that somewhere. Let's go jungle fowl. Let's do it.
I like that. For what it's worth.
I respect your opinion. 100%.
Thanks.
So looking at the boards, we've got G's got the purple martin down. That's very nice. And common little bittern, which is not a bird I see played a lot. Just lacking a little bit for varied wetland options maybe.
Yes, I had to put something down.
To put it politely. And Deb got to play a cooker. Deb got to play a kookaburra. Oh, well done, Deb. I love that for you. And you've got Butterbutt. And Hen's got Princess Steph and also Butcherbird and Mandarin Duck. Yeah, that is a nice board. I'm liking that one. And we'll see what Ruff can do for me. Although I might be spoiled for choice for what to tuck actually. Maybe those two and I don't know. The Kugel, maybe. Don't know. Had to play the cook, yeah. Very good stuff. Okay. And you did your wagtail thing, and I will do my rough thing. That one, and Taylor Bird actually might help me with Zoologist, so I might hang on to that. See if I can make that happen.
I just had a 9-point Taylor Bird last night. It was so satisfying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is very satisfying. I haven't heard many people get the tailored fit achievement yet. I haven't seen many flex boards.
Wait, which one is that?
That's the one where you get the whole the whole 15 matching
With the
nets.
Taylor bird.
Yeah,
Oh my
a
god.
clean sweep Taylor bird.
That's
That's a Flan's achievement that was contributed. So that's Tailored Fit. It's called. Yeah,
typical.
looking at this
Setting the
Rosella.
bar high.
Um, I probably have the makings of a really good grasslands actually, if I thought about it. Um, it's a shame I got rid of that crow, but that's all right. I am liking that feeder, actually. I will happily scoop up some nectar and an extra card from Hen. Thank you very much.
Hen. It was too much to ask to get the princess egg and the mandarin duck card, but I wanted it.
That's fair. And Hen sent me a wormy boy. How nice. I probably will not play him, but I appreciate him. I'm going to take some nectar. I'm going to get this ball rolling. Bird Girl saying, I'm only a Fever fan for Caitlin Clark, but I am an Iowa girl. So that would...
I'll allow it, Barga.
Mm-hmm.
That's the other acceptable route to Fever fandom, I think,
it
if
was
you
Bird
follow
Girl.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I unfortunately have no skin in the game with the WNBA, but I perhaps should, and I always have been meaning to pay a lot more attention than no attention at all to women's sports. Our kind of national game, apart from cricket, Australia, we've kind of got two, well, sort of three. The eastern states, North and Queensland and New South Wales are really big into rugby. Kind of the rest of the country is really into two sports, which is Australian rules football and cricket. Cricket in the summer and Aussie rules in the like autumn, winter, spring. So they're kind of the sports that we focus the most on and get the most media coverage. So Aussie rules has always been like a really male dominated game, probably very much like American football in the US. And very recently in the last few years, there's like emerged a women's league, and I should support that more because I think it's really cool. And it has actually been doing quite well. So yeah, women's sports, yay.
Take one thing away from this stream, that should be it.
Indeed. So perhaps I will do something in support of women's sport as my post-stream homework. I could probably make that happen. I should go to another netball game, actually. I went to a netball game a couple of months ago and it was really cool.
That's so fun.
Yes. But again, it just makes me sad that I quit playing netball when I was like 13 and I really shouldn't have. I played a bit casually in my 20s, and that was good, that was okay, but I really just should never have quit. So that's probably one of the bigger regrets in my life. I don't like to be hugely burdened with regrets, but I wish I could just go back in time and shake my 13-year-old self and just say, don't quit netball. That's dumb.
No, that's relatable, but if we punish ourselves for what our 13-year-old self did, we are going to be...
For sure. Yeah. Yeah, cool. Another thing we were going to talk about is TV, actually, because you told me that you're really big into reality TV, which I had to have a think about because I am not these days, but I have been at different points in my past, and I have seen some, so I can talk about it. Well, I mostly wanted to ask, right, because I am very much the opposite. I'm really into heavily scripted, more, uh, what's the word? Well, I suppose just heavily scripted TV, I suppose. Just kind of classic format shows rather than reality. And I was wondering what in particular about reality appeals to you, I suppose, would be the main question to dig into.
Oh, that's such a good question. I think so. One thing that I think really grabs my attention about it is like, and I know that you can push back on on this a little bit at this point, but like the unpredictability of it, I
Right.
think is fun for me. Like it's not scripted.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when I started getting into it, I was at this time with TV. Again, probably tied to the pandemic because like what else did we do? I watched a little bit more than I ever have before
Sure.
in my life at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just bored. Like okay, I feel like I can predict what's going to happen in this scripted episode before it even happens.
Sure. Yeah.
So I do find myself, I don't only watch reality television or,
Sure.
stuff,
I mean,
but
I don't only watch scripted, but yeah, I understand what you're saying, that you kind of find that predictability of scripted TV as a con, whereas I almost find that a comfort, like, because I'm really into police procedurals, like cop shows, but like quirky, like cop shows with a twist. And so I'll rewatch them, like even if I've seen it 10 times before. Like Elementary is one that I really go to because I really like that one. The Sherlock Holmes kind of modern retelling with Lucy Liu and Johnny Lee Miller. And I could watch that over and over, and even if I've seen it before and I know 100% who is the killer or whatever and how it's going to end, something about having just these solid beats in the scripted TV is just, I guess it's an anxiety thing. It's like a self-soothing thing. But I've always been that kind of person that likes to comfort watch and rewatch things and reread books and etc. So I suppose that's almost why reality doesn't necessarily appeal to me, because I kind of want to know what's gonna happen.
yeah.
It's so weird. But the reality TV that I do like, and I've said this before, is I really love British competition shows. So the Great British Bake Off and the Great Pottery Throwdown and even the Great British Sewing Bee. Like all of those ones, something about British competition shows I just completely adore and cannot get enough of. So yeah, I suppose that's the kind of niche of reality TV that really floats my boat.
I love that you said the Great Pottery Throwdown because that show, it's so soothing. It really
It is.
feels like a big hug. Like you're,
100%.
I don't know. That's such a comforting show. I love that
It's so
show.
good. Yeah, I've rewatched that a lot too. So that's something that I can rewatch. Particularly because I like to get inspiration for my own pottery from it sometimes. So
Yeah.
yeah, I love that show so much. And the judge when he cries, oh honey, I can't
It's
do it.
so good.
I was really sad
It's so
that
good.
the Canadian one didn't take off. That they only did one season and then it got cancelled. I was really sad.
Yeah, I think it's so interesting because you look at like a reality competition, like a British reality competition versus I don't, US
Mm,
is my main comparison.
mm.
And they just have such a different kind of flavor to them.
Yeah, the
And so
vibes are
it's
so different.
interesting
Mm.
to really like examine why, like why doesn't that format work? Like a warm and fuzzy format. Like why isn't that successful? What does that say about us?
Well, I mean, I've noticed. Well, I don't know the answer 100%, but I have noticed that American competition shows are very much geared more towards the prizes, whereas
Mm,
the British ones, like you really just get a trophy and a pat on the back and maybe a bunch of flowers at the end.
right.
Whereas, yeah, American, from what I've seen, competition shows are like you could be in the running to win $200,000, and if you get to the next episode, you're gambling with what you've won already, and it's
Right.
all that kind of thing. Whereas, yeah, Pottery Throwdown in particular is all like, here's a group of people that have really bonded and are like friends, and you can like literally tell that they're going to be friends for years and years because of like just being on this show. And yeah, I don't know, and they all get like
Yeah,
really emotional about their art. I think the art based ones are kind of telling for that kind of vibe as well, that have like that creativity to them. um Although I have seen cooking shows, US cooking shows, that are very like artsy as heck, but also like very aggressively competitive and about the money. So yeah, it kind of goes both ways. Oh, an egg.
it's it,
An egg in this
it's
trying time. Thank you.
it's interesting too, right? Because one thing, my husband and I, we've been watching Survivor because that
Mm-hmm.
is like
You love Survivor, you said. Mm-hmm.
my all-time favorite, and it does, that prize element creates this like crazy dynamic where now there's he's actually Canadian, but there's a contestant on the newest season of Survivor whose wife could be giving birth at any moment,
What?
but he's on Survivor. And
Wow.
he's like, she told me to go, like, you're doing this for our family. And I'm just like thinking to myself, like,
Wow.
what?
Okay.
How?
Mm.
Like, how is that your strategy for, and I mean, it's pretty valid. Like, people launch really successful, like, influencing
Yeah.
careers off of
Sure.
reality television and really do kind of make a major life shift, but
Sure.
it's just crazy.
Yeah. It is.
No one would be in the Bake Off tent rather than at the hospital with
Yeah.
their
No.
wife who's giving birth, that's for sure.
Absolutely. No, I think you're right about that. But yeah, the life changing kind of aspect of it is, yeah, it's a lot kind of intricately tied in with the whole thing these days, isn't it? Um, it's funny because I remember being into certain reality shows when it was like their first few seasons. Like we had Australian Idol, obviously American Idol, but Australian version. So we had Australian Idol, and I remember like the first 2 or 3 seasons of Australian Idol, and those winners and everyone, like even some of the finalists, became these like real cultural icons and very memorable. And because it was a real like water cooler thing that everybody was watching it. But these days, if you ran Australian Idol, like it would just like no one would care. So it's like the lastability of some of these formats, like, but some of them are like super enduring. Like I know, like probably American Idol's probably running or something similar, like America's Got Talent or the X Factor or something like that. That it will have its fan base, but a lot of these formats don't have the like really crazy audience that they did when they were in the first couple of seasons when the format was new. So yeah, I remember I was into The Biggest Loser a little bit, which looking back is quite embarrassing because like how harmful and terrible was that show really when you break it down. But oh, just all the things. Oh, The Bachelor. The Bachelor. I actually knew somebody who was on one of the seasons of the Australian Bachelor. Just not like a good friend or anything, but someone I knew, friend of a friend. Someone I had met, and then I saw them on TV. So it was a really strange experience when I watched that season. So yeah, it's very strange, interesting. But yeah,
I
Survivor's
will
an
share
interesting
your
one.
shame.
Mm,
I will share your shame. I also was very into The Biggest Loser.
yeah.
Did you watch the documentary about it?
I didn't. I should look that up actually. I definitely was deep into that because I sort of did some quite harmful kind of weight loss, kind of binging and kind of bouncing around in my 20s because I've always sort of struggled a little bit with my weight up and down, up and down. So yeah, it probably wasn't the best thing for me to be watching. It was also funny because I was working at McDonald's at the time, and I remember I used to watch it on my lunch break, like on my like break in my shift, and so I'd be sitting there eating like a Big Mac and watching The Biggest Loser. It was great. I just got 2 cards from Who played it? Who played it? Who did the thing? Why did I get 2 cards? The Indian peafowl. Thank you, Hen. I got a Galar. Appreciate you.
And it's being so nice this game.
I will take my Galar and run, I suspect. And maybe you'll get a seed. You'll get a pine cone or two for your trouble, Miss Hen. But I am kind of meandering here. I'm trying to put down enclosure nests to make the most of this Tailor bird. So I guess, yeah, let's take food again. Let's do the thing. And I don't like this feeder very much, but that's okay. Toss the cardinal, grab another nectar. That's good. Yeah, Hen's keen for some. Ken's always keen for some pine cones.
Is that what you call them pine cones?
Yeah, it's what we jokingly call wheat seeds. It's just a bit of an in joke.
I like it.
We love the pine cones. By the way, I'm not sure if you can see if you've got a stream or anything open, but the tagline at the bottom of the stream, I went with "It all comes down to the showstopper," which I thought was a good one, memorable reality quote.
That feels appropriate. Yeah.
It all comes down to the showstopper. My terrible British accent. Yeah, good. And you said you don't at the moment or recently, but you have done a bit of pottery yourself in the past. You want to tell us about that?
Yeah, I started when in my early 20s. It was like my one thing to help me kind of get out and about when when I was doing my master's degree. You know, like grad school, so laser focused,
sure.
And I was really realizing that I had no outlet. But
sure.
I lived across the street from a pottery studio, so
oh, lucky!
I
Very cool.
Took a class, and you could, you know, if you were enrolled in a class, you had all these open studio hours, and I just loved it. So I've done it, you know, kind of on and off when I've been able to throughout the years. But it's been a and I kind of miss it. I live vicariously through all your projects. I think they're so beautiful.
Should get back into it one day. Yeah, for sure. It's definitely something you can always come back to and get a joy out of it. But yeah, you said you got other sort of creative pursuits. Was it knit or crochet? You said something about yarn, and that stuck in my head.
Yeah, I crochet. I don't know why I didn't just say I crochet instead of say. I think I said I do stuff with yarn, which is so
do
weird.
Stuff with yarn. I love it.
Yeah, I can't get into knitting. I've tried, and it doesn't grip me. But crocheting is something that I like. Yeah. Yeah,
cool. A full respect to that. After I did try a little bit of crochet before my stream with Ava, and yeah, it's difficult, y'all, and I don't think I have the patience for it. Although some people would say they don't have the patience for pottery. Hen recently said, as I was telling her about a kiln disaster where it wasn't it, I can't really blame the kiln, it was my fault, I glazed them badly, but I had a disaster and some plates that I'd worked on painting for hours and hours to turn out well, and it's pretty heartbreaking. And sort of said I don't think I could do it, and I went, yeah, it is definitely one of the downsides that things don't turn out the way you want, and you can't really unpick it like you can with crochet. Although I don't really know how undoable mistakes are in crochet sometimes. I guess if you've done like 3/4 of a project and you made a mistake in the first quarter, perhaps there's too much of a sunk cost there to start again.
Right, I was going to say they're always undoable, but the emotional toll just varies depending on how much you have to unpick.
don't know if this kukul is a good idea. Nobody's really laying eggs. You've put a cowbird down. That's interesting. Hen's got her egg sauce in the Princess Steph. Deb's got a golden eye. Pardon me. And a brolga. So giving somebody else eggs. Oh, maybe not the kukul. Let's put down this Munia. Do I want the Munia? Yeah, let's do that.
Which one is the Munya?
That's the gain a seed from the supply or tuck from the deck behind this bird. So
And that's a star nest.
it's a star nest, yeah. So I'm just kind of collecting enclosure nests. Do I want to do that, or do I want to do the Junko? I could do the Junko.
Jenna, what got you into Wingspan? Where did you find it?
Oh, now she's asking me the questions. I like it.
Curious.
I was staying at. Oh, maybe I don't want that. Screw it. I'm going to put the Kakapo down. I'm going to delay. I'm going to delay the decision. That's what I'm going to do. So some friends that we used to live in Brisbane, in Queensland, and we had some good friends that we played board games with, and we always used to play some of the real classics like Euro games like Settlers of Catan, or just really popular things like Ticket to Ride or Pandemic, or some of those core games, and we would have our favourites and we would cycle through them. But Catan was a really heavy favourite, and it still is a good favourite of mine. When we moved away and we didn't really have anyone to match our energy on board gaming, which was very sad. But then Easter, a couple of years ago, I suppose, Easter before I got into Wingspan, so that many years ago, which I think is two and a half, something like that. We were visiting them and they pulled out this blue box with a scissor-tailed flycatcher on it, and they said, "We're going to play this." And I was like, okay, what is this? I'm very suspicious of new games. Like me, comfort reading, comfort rewatching, comfort replaying. Don't necessarily love a new game. But they went, no, you're going to love this. And they said it had become their kind of core favourite. It had become like the new Catan for them. And because I really trusted their opinion, like we had very similar taste in board games, like I was kind of all in. I was like, yes, all right, I'm going to learn this game. We're going to see what it's all about. If it's getting this high of a rave review from my friend. So we did, and we played, and I mean, I won the first game I played, which was a complete fluke, complete beginner's luck. I remember that I had 2 bonus cards. I had Small Birds Passerine, and I had Backyard Birder. And there's actually a decent amount of synergy between those 2 bonus cards, and I did really well and won the game. I didn't know what I was doing in the slightest. Made like a crazy little engine that I was super proud of. It was like a Tauhi to the right of a Canada Goose, and I was like, look, it's an engine. I understand. We're engine building. And Ben, my husband, who's definitely got the more analytical, strategic brain of the two of us, was like, yeah, good job, Jenna. You build a little engine. Look at you go. And from there I went home and I went, okay, we've got to get this game. And we did, and we played a bit, just the two of us, like just a little bit and a little bit with friends, and got into it. But then Ben and I actually don't play a lot of board games together. We struggle to find board games, and Wingspan is one of these good ones, but we've struggled to find board games that aren't super antagonistic. This is going to say a lot about my marriage, but we're a good team, right? And even when we play Scrabble, we kind of help each other. Like, we'll be brainstorming, like, oh, I'm really stuck, and we'll sort of show each other our letters, and we'll kind of almost play a little bit together. Like, we're also very competitive, and so things that are really aggressively, like, I'm taking things from you, I'm damaging you in order to win my own points kind of games, they don't really work for us because we just get a little bit too salty. um, so yeah, we just really don't play a lot of board games, which is sad. And so then I went, oh, well, maybe I'll see if I can play online, because I'd played a bit of Catan online, I'd played a bit of Ticket to Ride online, and sort of knew that those apps existed, and landed and downloaded the app on my laptop, through Steam. And then I went, oh, well, I'm really bad at this game and I want to be good at this game. So meandered over to Flan's YouTube channel and watched a bit of that, and then eventually got onto the server, and kind of the rest is history. So there you go. That was story time.
That's so fun. I really relate to that dynamic that you're describing with your husband, because I grew up one of 5 kids. We're all pretty intense and competitive, and like we played board games all the time growing up, and my husband, only one sibling, you know, pretty laid back, enjoys games, but it's not really, you know, like he's not intensely competitive.
Okay.
And so there are some games where he's like, it's just not fun. you know, okay. So and that is one thing I really do love about Wingspan, is that you can't really be vicious to one another.
You can't.
And I think that's,
well, I suppose black-headed gull aside, you really can't.
Sure, but even then you're taking, but they're getting back, you know.
I think that's why the black-headed gull feels so mean, because it is the only way to even remotely, like, I mean, there are little ways that you can screw your opponent over a little bit, but it's so low-key mean, but in comparison to the rest of the game, it just feels so mean.
Right. No, it really does, but so
that's
we don't
fun.
play a lot of it either.
Yeah. I love that. I love hearing stories of how and how did you get, I suppose, right back at you, how did you get into Wingspan? Throw that back at you.
So my mom is a birder.
Oh, nice.
She loves birds. Every Mother's Day, actually, she goes on a birding trip with her lady friends.
Aww.
We never see her for Mother's Day. It's funny.
I love that for her.
And so, you know, and I don't know what your mom's like, but my mom is kind of hard to, like, buy gifts for, right? So there was one holiday season, and we're like, what do we get this woman? And I was talking about it with my uncle, and he said, oh, well, there's this new game about birds. Have you heard of this? And he's more like plugged into like the board game world. He loves to do like research on things before he buys, you know. And we were like, say less, this is fabulous. So we bought it for her, played a couple games around the holidays, and we all just loved it so much. And I think one of the main reasons that we really do love it as a family is because you can't be aggressive, you know, with one another. And
has anyone really flipped a table over a game of Wingspan?
Yeah, right. And I don't want to paint a picture of like the Trudat household as like a bunch of angry people staring each other down over board games, but you know, we you know, things can get heated in a competition, and so I think we really took to it for that reason. And then I did, like I said earlier when I was talking about Finn, I did live with my parents for a few months during the pandemic, and my mom and I, we would just sit at the table and play, you know, for hours, pretty much every night.
That's so endearing.
That's where I saw on like the rule book, there was this thing about like 20% off the game on Steam, and I was like, oh. And then I see, and now there's a Discord community. What in the world is that? And so I just kind of plunged myself in, and it's been really fun.
That's good.
It's kind of funny because, you know, I'm not really the kind of person that you'd expect to be like part of an online gaming community, and it really like it took my brother a second. He's like, "Wait, you understand how Discord? Like, you have Discord, you know?" And I was like, "Yes,
You're
I
a mod?
do." Right, right. Um, yeah. So it's just kind of fun. It's
That's great.
been great.
Yeah. I find when I explain to people about my bird game thing, and even about this YouTube stream, this YouTube channel, I will just be like, oh yeah, I just sit there and talk to my friends and play my bird game, and they just look at me like, oh honey, okay, sure. That sounds very strange, but love that for you. Because I can tell that I'm so enthused about it and I'm so into it, but they just seem to have like, if they don't understand, they just don't understand. They just have no real interest, and that's fine. But yeah, it's funny. I love it. Oh, is it too late for this galah?
Oh, oh, never.
Um,
I mean, there is a point when it's too late, but I don't think it's too
I feel like I might be starting to run out of eggs, so that might be a thing. I tell you what I like to do in these situations where I don't know what to do is put down a bonus card bird and let it guide me.
beautiful.
So European turtle dove, take the wheel. What are we doing? We're doing breeding manager. Just what we wanted. We totally wanted breeding manager in combination with oologist. That is 100% what we wanted. Well, do I want this sunbird? Probably not. No, don't really want the chimney swift either. Incredible scenes. You can't make this up. So good.
The poor chimney swift. I really would love to know, and maybe it's out there somewhere, but I feel so curious about those moving birds because there's so many of them, right? So I feel like Elizabeth must have been really excited about that mechanism.
I think so
And
too.
maybe we're all like underappreciating.
And
And
she
there's
low
some
key like secretly
potential
hates us
there.
all because someone's told her that the competitive wingspan community really craps on those powers.
Right. We've written off the song sparrow.
Yeah. Oh dear. It's okay.
I will say I do like them in conjunction with the play another bird teals. I think they can work well there.
Yeah, that's
But
true. It could be a good like Goldcrest partner sometimes. It's just
yeah.
play it and move it and play it and move it and play it and move it. They're okay on baseboards, Hen says. Yeah, I think that's kind of true. Where you're really wanting to push your engine out to get more resources. You're just kind of so resource rich in Oceania that the benefit is just not really there.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Well, who's looking forward to World Cup? Just like the 2v2 tournament, I am a terrible, terrible non-joiner and have not signed up. And I think I've betrayed, not like hardcore betrayed, but like sort of very slightly betrayed my fellow Australians possibly for not signing up. But that's okay. I've got a lot going on at the minute, so I kind of just needed to assess.
You can't sign up if you don't have the time. I tell myself this. I recently didn't participate in the tournament I was running because I was like, I don't have bandwidth to do both. I'm just gonna,
I think that's totally fair. But yeah, I will watch from the sidelines. I will perhaps try and put that energy that I would have spent playing. Maybe I will put my hand up to commentate a bit more. That might be a way to give back a little bit. Bird Girl, your game is too glitchy. That sucks. Is that mobile that you play? Yeah, I have been hearing a lot about glitches recently. Determinator, I'm just reading your comment. In a recent tournament, lost to a player who played two migrating birds. You were shell shocked. Minate was like, ellipses. Oh, you can't see on others' boards on Chromebook. Okay. Yeah, that would make things extremely difficult competitively. Hopefully they fix that for you soon. That is a very interesting time to play Golden Pheasant. Deb. It's very mischievous.
She's
Yeah, okay. I mean, I'll take my 2 eggs. Oh, and an Astravia egg. Okay. Sure. Well, I've got my 1 point on Breeding Manager now. I don't even have any birds that have 4 egg slots. That's the trouble.
Don't you have jungle fowl?
Oh, just the one. But apart from that, all the eggs, all the eggs. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Let's. I can't decide. I can't decide. It's too hard.
It's funny. Breeding Manager is the one bonus card that my mom gets heated about.
Oh, really?
Because she thinks that it deserves to be house ruled up to 2 points.
2 points. Yeah, I agree with your mom on that. 100%. Or I think it should be 3 eggs and not 4. Or maybe both. Even 2 points for 3 eggs. I don't know. Something better than 1. Oh, it's so bad. Alright, maybe we just take our 1 point and hope the Kakapo does us better. Let's put down... Screw it, let's pull down the Munia. We're doing it. It's late. But we're doing it. Oh, hen has it house ruled to exactly that. 2 points for 3 eggs. Okay. Still not as OP as ESP.
Well, ESP.
ESP should be 1 point.
I don't know if I agree with that. But...
dear. Maybe it should be like 3 points for your first bonus card bird and 2 points for your second one and 1 point for your third and no points for any others other than that.
Like the reverse site selection.
Yeah, basically. Basically. What else was I going to ask about? I was thinking about reality TV, and do you get or have you seen any of Married at First Sight, the Australian version? Because apparently it has like a really crazy like international following, that people find the Australian version of Married at First Sight to be so compelling and such a like culturally impactful thing to watch that it is actually very fascinating to me how that has happened, and not so fascinating that I ever feel compelled to watch any Married at First Sight, because that type of show is the reverse of British competition shows for me. It is not my cup of tea at all. But Ben went to the UK and was talking to his completely adorable, completely lovely grandmother, and she was asking her, she's like, "Oh, have you seen Married at First Sight? How good is it?" And Ben's just the same as me. He's just like, "Sure, Grandma." I'm happy for you that you enjoy that, but actually privately in my head, what the actual fuck?
Yeah. That's so funny. You know, I haven't watched it. I tend to not watch the ones that have to do with like romance because
Right.
I find them a little. And this is just from my perspective. I find them hard to watch because it feels so insincere at this point.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
it just truly feels like a bunch of people competing to become influencers
Yeah.
and not sincerely trying to engage in whatever,
Yeah.
you know,
It's that, like, you watch The
experience.
Bachelor and then it ends, and then it's suddenly revealed, like, the day after that the couple broke up within, like, 3 weeks, and it's like, yeah, okay, you can see where the priorities were.
Right, exactly. And it's like, or with The Bachelor, it's like, oh, and this former contestant is now the next Bachelorette, and I'm like, oh,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
okay, well, you know, I don't know. So that was, yeah. So I haven't seen it, but that's interesting to
Yeah,
know.
so the love-based ones, yeah. You've probably got
Yeah.
a point about that they are, at least with the competition ones, like, people going on, like, want to make the best cupcakes, or the cake that looks the most like a stapler to win the prize. And it's just like, yeah, I understand your motivation there. You literally are here to promote your stapler looking cake business and
Right.
get the $200,000 to fund your stapler looking cake business.
Or like, I do watch some of the Real Housewives franchises,
Okay.
and they're not exactly like highbrow television, but I think they're at least like self-aware. You know, it's out in the open.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah, it's
You're
kind of like a
there
bit of
to be
a wink wink to the audience, like, yeah, like,
right.
you're in on the joke, sort of.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I
Interesting.
don't know. Yeah.
So what is it about Survivor in particular that tickles you?
Oh, that's a good question. I think it's the combination for me of like you can't just be good at one thing. You know, you have to have good social skills. You know, you have to be able to engage in like an interpersonal dynamic as well as like a physical competition. That really does appeal.
Yeah, fair.
And it's interesting, right? Because if you look at like the first seasons of Survivor to know, like the actual survival element is almost non-existent. You're like, I'm not worried about these guys.
They're not out there like eating rats anymore. Okay.
Right. Like, you're all just chilling on a beach in Fiji. You know, not eating very much.
You just like the survival aspect is you don't have Wi-Fi.
Right. Right. So it's, you know, which is fine. Things evolve and shift, but some of the first seasons, it's like, oh, okay, wow. You know, you're like roughing it out there.
I remember it was pretty intense the first couple of seasons. Yeah, I can imagine. And there's the more popular version of that type of show here is the kind of I'm a celebrity, get me out of here kind of brand. So it's a little bit more, let's find all these like D-list celebrities that are trying to like relaunch their careers and throw them all in the pit.
I love it. So they get thrown into the wilderness and they have to survive.
Yeah, it's kind of like Celebrity Big Brother, but they do like a Survivor type thing. But yeah, obviously they're kind of sort of quasi celebrities, so I'm sure they're treated slightly more luxuriously than say people on Survivor.
That's so funny.
Thank you for the egg. I will take it. Let's play. I don't know, I'm getting way too caught up on this Taylor Bird thing. But I don't know.
I think that's the thing with the yellow power birds. It's like you kind of have to play them and then let the chips fall how they fall. Like if you focus too much, it can really be detrimental to your game.
Yeah. I mean, I've got 6. I'm going to get 6 eggs at the end. Maybe I should rest on those laurels and not worry too much. I think gonna take the controversial negative point turn. Oh no, I don't need. I'll get through. Oh, I don't know. Let's draw. Let's just draw. Meadowlark is kind of interesting actually, and I have the food for it. I'd be giving you 2 eggs a turn. I don't know. I could become an egg machine.
That sounds great.
Let's see. Oh, Franklin Skull. Bit late, buddy. Bit late, buddy. I'll take you anyway. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think my game's going very well. I'm on 56 points. That's not good. That's not good. Hen's got the Sri Lanka magpie out, and is catbirding the Stephanie. Okay.
Wow.
Interesting. Butcherbird's hit 4 times, which is very nice. Yeah, you will have to stop giving GX if I play the Meadowlark. And yeah, you've got Kinglet into Woodpecker. Do you have Vidi by any chance? Is that what's going on over here?
Oh, I wish I did. That'd be so nice.
Okay. Black Stork.
I just love a double play.
That way. You just love a double play. Okay.
Yeah. I'm simple. I just love a double play.
Fair enough. Yeah. And Deb's got a little white palace happening. And she tucks on the butterbutt. Interesting.
Yeah, do you think there's an ESP happening over there? I think there might be.
Oh, it's possible. It's entirely possible.
Anytime someone plays multiple of the birds that only let you get 1 bonus card, I'm suspicious.
I'll pay that. Now I'm going to be really suspicious every time I see that. If you didn't know better, you would think that I had behaviourist, but sadly I do not. Hopefully Kakapo might pull that for me. That would be nice. Oh, food. Thank you. I'll take some food. Deb said she would be sus of her too. Giving Deb the side eye. The ESP side eye. Though I tell you what, the 2v2 that I played, that was with Deb a couple of weeks ago. On the other board, there was like the biggest falconer fake out that I've ever seen in my life. It was nuts. I was utterly convinced that falconer was on that board, and it was not there.
That's happened to me a couple times where I have like falconer and rodentologist, and someone else has a bird that's like
full of predators.
Like, wait, what?
That's when you absolutely do not red crown crane and chuck the or a kiwi and chuck the falconer.
Seriously.
Oh, it's so late. It's so late to play the Meadowlark, but I don't know. I mean, I don't think I'm winning this game either way, so.
Not with that attitude.
You just want the eggs.
I won't. I mean, I really don't have a ton of space for them, to be honest.
Alright, we're going Junko. That's what's happening.
That feels fair.
Shrike team says yes. Oh, no, no. I'm a meta like tease.
I'll get over it.
Mm. Uh, okay, question, and people might hate me for saying this, but who's thinking about Christmas? Because I'm a crazy person who has started thinking about Christmas. Um, in terms of, I have been designing my own Christmas cards this week. That has been my little creative project, and I am so proud of them. And they have birds with Santa hats, and I have used my Canva membership to good effect, I think. So I will have to show those off. Hence saw one design, but I've done another one since. Let me download that actually. They are pretty damn adorable.
I'm a big Christmas girl.
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Do you do your Christmas shopping really early? Because I do it like insanely early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. I'm a pretty intense gift giver. Like
Mhm.
it's
Same.
kind of like a sport for me. So I'm thinking about it always. Like I've been thinking about it for months, you know.
I
Because
also
if I
just
see
like to
something
shop,
that's
so
perfect,
it's an excuse to shop.
I'm gonna get it. You know, it doesn't matter what time of year it is.
Yeah.
If it's perfect for someone for Christmas, it's
Mhm.
coming home.
I love to stock up on little things and tuck them away and have a little trove.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good fun. Ibis spill, that's interesting. Maybe. Well, I'll let you all fight it out for the end of round because I am not participating.
But don't you have Uwallegit? Oh, I guess you have Taylor Bird to help with that.
I do. Rough. Why?
Right now it's my my husband's birthday's in the next week or so, and I'm squirreling things away in our apartment trying to keep things hidden, which is really hard because we don't have a lot of storage space.
Yeah.
But I think I've been successful so far. So
good, good. I won't ask you to reveal your secret hiding place on a public YouTube stream, but I wish you all the best in keeping that secret.
well, it's mostly just hard because he's the main tidier. You know, when we do our like divisions of labor,
Yeah.
you know,
Sure.
he does most of like the tidying,
Mm-hmm.
and so that makes it hard to have pockets that he doesn't, you know, routinely go to.
Yeah.
So.
See, if I had to hide something, I would just bury it with my pottery stuff, and Ben would never find it in a million years. I think I would have to, like, this is more, but I would have to literally die, and he would be forced to go through my stuff before he would find something that I hid in my pottery stuff. Yikes.
So funny.
But yeah, Ben is really hard to buy for, actually. He's very frustrating. He's like notoriously hard to buy gifts for, so he's always a bit of a challenge.
That's how I feel. I feel that way about my in-laws. So if anyone has any good strategies, because the thing is, they are grown-ass adults, so they buy themselves whatever they, you know, like there's not big things in life that they need. So it's like challenging to come up with.
I feel that. Have you ever tried doing something? Ben and I have this good tradition with his parents, which I know aren't his in-laws, but we do them a combined gift basket. So we'll put together like a tailored, like really, you know, not to toot my own horn, but like a nicely thought out gift basket and put things in that, you know, that they'll like but kind of wouldn't buy for themselves because like it's a real treat sort of thing. And it's a good vehicle to put in like some gift cards or some little sort of knickknacks or it's kind of, I sort of put that together and wrap the thing in cellophane and tie a bow around it and say, here you go, there's your gift. Have fun.
That's good.
But
I mean, last year I gave them a grandson, so it's hard to like that, you know.
fair. You're set.
That's been
That's great.
you can't peek after that, unfortunately.
Mm, do they live close by?
Yeah, they live a few hours away.
Okay,
So
it's not too bad.
not rough, yeah.
Lol, lifetime gift. Yeah. Yeah. My parents and Ben's parents aren't getting any of those from me.
Hey, that's fair. How long have you guys been married?
We've been married. Oh gosh, don't ask me that. Feel like we got married in 2021,
Okay.
maybe. 4 years sounds right. Might be 4 years in March, so like 3.5. But we'd been together for 10 years before that, so it's been a minute. We got married on pretty much our 10-year anniversary, so that was kind of cute.
That is cute.
Yeah. So yeah, I had to convince him to marry me. It was great. Because he didn't think it was important to me, because we both knew we didn't want to have kids, and so that kind of tends to be a bit of a package deal. But I said, well, kind of almost more, because we don't want kids. I would like to be married.
Yeah.
So yeah, not to get like super personal, but
No, that's okay. It's yeah.
yeah, it's interesting. Both of our brothers have kids. So our parents on both sides got grandchildren, just not from us. So it worked out quite well.
Well, and we shouldn't be giving birth to appease our parents. So
Absolutely.
regardless.
Absolutely not. Though I think some people do, to be honest.
For sure. For sure.
No, that's good. Good stuff. For kids only around here. What's going on? What's going on in the chat here? Put a bow on him every year, Hen says.
Put a bow. I love that.
That's so good. Well, sets of eggs. I think this is my end of round, people. Although you have quite a lot of eggs there. I don't think this is hands end around. I'm just gonna say it. Somebody's got to come forth. I think Hen's
It's a pretty
put her
bold
hand up.
statement. You don't know. Hen could surprise us.
Hen could. That's true. Lol, rude. Well,
What?
Hen said it's rude, but I said that. If the shoe fits. If the shoe fits.
Okay, this might be a silly question, and forgive me if it is, but do you all celebrate Halloween?
Not a silly question. See, I have a stance on this, because I've said before on streams, American culture has affected Australian culture more and more and more over the decades. And we used to really take our cues, like 30, 40 years ago, we used to take a lot of our cues culturally from the UK. And now it seems like the balance has kind of been tipped, and the US is much more influential. So Halloween has become much more of a thing. As an adult, it wasn't when I was a kid, like, at all. But more and more over the years, I can see things in the shops. I can see, kids starting to get excited about dressing up, but it's always been a struggle with like trick or treating, because you really have to have at least a street or at least like a few blocks where lots of people will participate. Like, it's not just a given that everyone's gonna have candy when the kids knock on the door. So it's this real system where you have to, if you want to participate and be involved in that, you have to make it really clear that, you know, you can knock on my door and I will give you candy. So you really only knock on the doors that have Halloween decorations up, which might be like one or two houses on the street, or maybe you're really lucky and maybe there's like one whole street full of houses that are really into it, and everyone's got their lights on, to sort of show that, you know, they're home and, you know, you can knock on our door and we'll give you free stuff. I don't really love it. Like, I love it for you guys. I don't think I necessarily love it. Well, I guess I don't love it. I don't want to be Scrooge about it. Like, if people enjoy it, then that's on them. And, like, far be it from me to poo-poo on, you know, kids dressing up and having fun. But, yeah, I don't know. I have a complicated kind of thoughts on Halloween because it kind of feels a little bit culture war-ish for me, I guess.
That's totally fair.
Yeah. So I mean, I've been known to buy some like fun size candies and have them handy in case somebody knocks on the door, but I don't like decorate because I wouldn't want someone to knock on the door and not get a candy, but also like I wouldn't encourage people to knock on my door to get a candy. And then if nobody does, then I get to eat the candy. So it works out well.
Right, that's like a win-win-win
Yeah.
for everyone.
And then fun size candy is half price, like the week after Halloween, so it's good. Hi Peach, welcome on in. Just to me being a real Scrooge about Halloween. Oh, Han's gonna knock on my door to get a candy. Aw. But the one nod that I do give to Halloween is that I do have a black cat and he is my spooky boy for the entire month of October. And that's just the way it is. He's my spooky boy. And on Friday the 13th, whenever those roll around, he's also my spooky boy. So we tell him that he's a spooky boy. I have maybe not thought this whole thing through. Well, Hen, you can have a pine cone, even though that's subjectively the worst idea because you have a clear way to make that into a point. But enjoy the pine cone.
I want to know what Hen's cooking with those nectar.
Indeed. Stubble quail, maybe? Actually,
Ooh.
yeah, I can see a stubble quail situation. And she'd be like, Jenna said I was going to come last, so watch out. In fact, now that I've said that, I am actually not in a very good position to compete with this end around because I've only got 2 egg spaces in my wetlands, so I'm an idiot. Don't listen to me.
Oh, no. You're the front runner right now.
I was going to post my Christmas cards. We've got dog pictures. Oh, if Swiftly's still here, his dog is precious. Oh, and Bird Girl's dog. And more Swiftly dogs and more Bird Girl dogs. Oh, so precious. So good. Alright, my Christmas cards. Enjoy. They are in the media channel now. And I'm very proud of them.
Wait, how do I see them?
They're in the media channel in the thread that's attached to this stream advertisement.
So do I have to be on YouTube?
Oh no, on the server.
Oh, okay. I'll look at them later.
Hen's asking, what are the baby costume plans this year?
Oh, well, there's several.
Oh, okay. Are they costume changes?
Yes. Well, we have a few different events to take him to, and I grew up a big Halloween person. My husband also a big Halloween person. We're both fall birthdays, so I think it just feels a little wrapped up in that.
Sure.
And so, there's like trunk or treat at the daycare, and then we'll probably go trick or treating, and then there's a local like event with horses and costumes. So at least three. But one is a family costume.
Mm-hmm.
One, I'm actually working on it right now. I'm crocheting him a piece for it. But one is a Harry Potter costume. And then one, he has a helmet because his head is a little irregularly shaped. Okay. And so we decided to do like a Daredevil, kind of like Evel Knievel style
Amazing
costume. So yeah, there's at least 3 in the works. But
love that. And are you getting a costume or just the baby?
The group costume.
Okay.
I will be dressed for. I don't know about the others. We'll have to see.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
We'll be going as, we got him. I'll just say the costume. We're going as the mystery gang, so he's gonna be Scooby-Doo, and then I guess I'm Velma.
Okay.
But and I don't know what my husband will be, but
fair enough.
Maybe Shaggy. Yeah.
Excellent. I love that. Anybody else in the chat want to reveal their Halloween costume plans? Deb loves a good group costume. Righto.
Me too, Deb. I grew up with a group of girlfriends. Like, there were 3 or 4 of us, and we would, every Halloween we did a group costume, and we're from a pretty small town, so we were kind of like mini celebrities. Everyone would be very excited to see what we were going as, and we did it probably far too late. Like, we were group costuming well into high school, and I think we were done in college, but like 17-year-olds going trick-or-treating, I don't know how it is there, but here it's kind of like, okay, like trick-or-treating is mostly for the little kids.
Sure, yeah.
But everyone was so excited to see us in our group costume, so we were like the 17-year-olds that were celebrated for trick-or-treating instead of like...
Love that for you. Do you remember many of your group costume themes?
Well, we did famous female soccer players one year. We did female authors another year. One year we were Mrs. Who, Mrs. What, and Mrs. Which from Wrinkle in Time.
Right.
We've been the 3 little bears. Mama Bear, Papa Bear, and Baby Bear. We were Spider-Man villains one year, which is so funny.
That is cool.
Looking back on that, I'm like, none of us are like huge superhero people, but I think it was sort of like the cultural phenomenon at the time.
Sure.
I'm trying to think what else. One, we did California Raisins. We wore trash bags for that one. That one was funny. Those are the ones that are coming to mind right now.
Deb's asking which Spider-Man villain were you?
Oh, I was Venom.
Venom, nice.
Yes, I was.
Excellent. I really have done a shockingly little amount of dressing up as an adult, or even that I remember as a kid. I don't know, I've never been really into costumes. I like the idea of costumes.
Well, Deb, you said you love a group costume. A few years ago, I went with my husband and my sister. We went to a party together, and I don't know if anyone here watches Arrested Development.
Oh yeah, but I used to be into it.
I was Lucille,
Uh-huh.
My husband was George Senior, and my sister was Buster. So
Nice.
that was a notable group costume that we did.
Let me see if I can find. I do have one of the very, very rare occasions in my adult life when I have put a costume on. It was for my father in law's 50th. So that was like, it was like 12 years ago. And Ben and I were Popeye and Olive Oil. It's very cute. Let me find
That's
this photo.
adorable.
Complete web page. That's not what I want. I want to download this. Save image. Thank you. Oh, I will pay for this ibis bill with a nectar and 4 wheat. And we're going to skip the power. I'm sorry, everyone. That's very mean of me that I am going to skip the power.
Whoa.
I know. What a bitch.
I'm reeling. No, that's fair though.
Hen's outraged. Hen is absolutely outraged. No. Whew. Oh no.
Well, they say enemies are made on the wingspan. On the wingspan board.
To be fair, it's getting late and I actually forgot that I had the rough and I could have used the cards, but that's okay.
Oh, no.
It still wasn't a great idea to give everybody worms when literally everybody has a way to use food and convert them to points. Although, actually, Deb has like a stupid amount of food. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so Deb wouldn't have gotten a point. But Hen definitely would have. Okay, so it was painted bunting into Kia. So she did come last in the end of round, and I wasn't wrong. I feel kind of good about that.
won. I got the end of round. Yay.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah.
And Hen played the Bio Weaver, and that's actually like kind of rude to Deb, I have to say. Who's the one being rude?
Or is it honoring to play it? You think about
Oh, I don't know.
We're celebrating.
Alright, Popeye and olive oil pick. There you go. Enjoy. That was from when I used to go to the gym and I was actually thin for like one of the very rare times in my life that I was thin. We are pretty goddamn cute.
I'm pulling it up. I need to see.
Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I get 7 eggs from my Taylor bird. Come on, Kakapo. Come on, Kakapo. Please pull me the 9-point behaviorist. Come on, buddy. You can do it. It's the 9-point behaviorist! Yes. We love that.
Wait, did you get it?
I got it.
Oh, amazing. I love the behaviorist.
Hang on, 8.
Happy for
I thought it was 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, it's only... Yeah, okay. I thought it was 9. It's only 8. It's fine. I can live with that. We made the behaviorist happen. We manifested.
A little manifesting goes a long way with the behaviorist, I found. I
Hello,
think
darling.
so few people really appreciate it.
Hello, spooky boy. Come here. Come here. Come here.
He's there.
Oh, it's spooky boy. Hey, buddy. You gonna watch the count with me, spooky boy? Hmm? Do you want to watch me lose? Are you ready? Are you ready? Very nice, very nice.
All right.
Eggs.
Good game.
Ooh, food on cards. Talk cards. Ooh, how did I come second? That's nuts. Well done, Hen. GG's. Good game. Hello. I feel like that wasn't deserved, my second place, for my absolute pulling behaviorist out of my ass at the last second. That's the only thing.
You manifested behavior. Deserved it.
Thank you, thank you. It was very kind. Alright, let's put this old boy down and have a look. It is Spooky Cat. It is Spooky Cat. Alright, overview. Let's have a look. We have, this is my board, which we know what I had. 9-point behaviorist, 1-point breeding manager, and the 6-point zoologist. Hen had ecologist for 4, wildlife gardener for 7, very nice. Passerine, just got the minimum, that's cool, and a 4-point rodentologist. Yep. It's the bioweaver getting passerine and maxing the wildlife gardener, that's very nice, that makes sense. G had the platform builder, just the minimum, and winter feeder, okay. Interesting. Very nice. So I had to manage the starling food, I suppose, to make that work. Manage the starling tucks. And Deb had pellet dissector for 6, forest ranger for 3, fishery manager, and large birds. Yeah, a bit of synergy there. Pellet dissector, large birds, and fishery manager. Very, very nice. Good stuff. All right, GG's everybody. Thank you once again. Thank you to Hen and to Deb for playing, and thank you to G for coming along and chatting. That was very fun. Looking ahead, let's have a look. Who have we got coming up? We actually have Kit Kats just in a couple of days, so I have to put up a stream notification for that. Yeah, not long to wait for the next one. We sort of crowded them together a bit, but that's totally fine. So I believe that's Saturday. Must be really early on Sunday morning, actually, for the calendar to allow that. So Sunday morning for me, which would mean, let's do this, Saturday, very, very early Saturday morning for the US. Oh, I don't even know. I can't work it out in my brain. Anyway, I'll post it with a timestamp and you guys can work it out. After that, after the Kit Kat stream, the week after, we've got Kitty coming in. Finally, we've got a full Kitty stream. Big hype for that. And then finally, the one you've all been waiting for, about 10 days after Kitty stream, we've got Jay. Yay! We've got Jay. And that'll be lots and lots of fun. All right. Thank you again, G. I hope you had fun. Really appreciate you coming along. And yeah, any final thoughts?
No, I mean, thanks so much for having me. Really fun. You know, I love a multi, so anytime. And yeah, support women's sports.
Absolutely. That is a good note to end on. Support women's sports.
Let's bring it back around to the central point.
Yes.
No.
Support women's sports.
No, thanks for having me. Very fun.
And start your Christmas shopping.
Right. Exactly.
Good stuff. Alrighty. Thank you, everybody. See you soon. See you very soon, actually. And take care. All right. Bye.